So, you thought their exit was a mistake, that losing them was some kind of punishment, some cruel twist of fate. But here's the thing, God doesn't just take, God removes, strips away what you thought you needed, what you clung to like a lifeline, those people. They weren't there to save you, they were there to drain you, to take from you, until there was nothing left. You were blinded by loyalty, by the illusion of connection, but they were using you, feeding off your energy, your kindness, your devotion. And in the end, it was mercy that you couldn't understand in the moment, that pulled them away. You were being used, strung along, like a puppet in someone else's game. They weren't standing beside you. They were standing on top of you, using you as a step stool to reach their own desires. But here's the twist. They needed you, not the other way around. You were the foundation they built their fragile empire on. And when that foundation cracked, they tumbled. God saw it, pulled you out of the mess before it collapsed entirely, took away what you couldn't bring yourself to let go of. And in their absence, you began to see the truth, the way the pieces really fit together. Loss feels like betrayal when you're blind to the chains. But freedom never comes with comfort. It comes with pain, with the sudden ripping away of what you thought mattered. God removed them not as punishment, but as liberation. A divine intervention you didn't even realize you needed. And when they left, so did the weight. The burden of carrying someone else's dreams, someone else's expectations, someone else's survival on your back. You were being drained, slowly, methodically, and the removal was the only way to save you from drowning in the tide of their greed. Look back, and you'll start to see the patterns, the quiet manipulation, the subtle ways in which you were led to believe that they were the ones holding you together. But that was never the case. You were the lifeblood of the connection, the one doing the giving, the one making the sacrifices. And what did you get in return? Empty promises? Hollow words? A relationship built on your effort, your strength, your light, while they sat back and reaped the rewards. But God saw through the facade, cut the cords when you couldn't. It wasn't punishment, it was protection. Now the emptiness they left behind, that's where your real growth begins. That's where the space for something genuine, something uncorrupted, starts to form. Their removal wasn't just about ending a toxic cycle. It was about clearing the path for something far greater. Without the distraction, without the endless demands and emotional vampirism, you're free to rebuild, not as someone used and discarded, but as someone who survived, who saw the game for what it was, and walked away stronger. God doesn't remove to leave you in ruins. The removal is a blessing in disguise, a chance to rise from the ashes they left behind. Their absence? It's not something to mourn, it's something to celebrate. Because what they took from you was never worth keeping. And what they left behind was space. Space for you to fill with power, with purpose, with something that serves you instead of the other way around. So let them go. Let them disappear into the shadows where they belong. They were using you, draining you of everything that made you strong. And now, with them gone, you're free. Free to rise. Free to become what you were always meant to be, without the dead weight pulling you under. God removed them for a reason. And the reason? To remind you that you're stronger on your own than you ever were with them. God's plan is a slow burn, a fire that smolders just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to ignite. And that waiting, it feels like torture, like being held in limbo. But that's where the power lies. In the patience, in the preparation, in the silence before the storm. People hate the wait because they don't understand what it's for. They think it's delay, denial, some cosmic punishment. But what they fail to grasp is that the wait is the plan. It's the forging, the tempering, the refining of everything you are. Every moment you spend in the quiet, every second you feel the ache of unfulfilled desire, is shaping you, molding you into something stronger, something more dangerous. The wait is not empty. It's the place where your transformation begins. Without it, you'd never be ready for what's coming. Without the wait, you'd be walking into battle unarmed, unprepared. The plan is always worth the wait because it's bigger than your current vision. You want something now, something you think will fill the void. But God sees further. He sees the whole game, the moves you can't predict, the pieces you don't even know are in play yet.